And the winner of the 2010 Telstra Australian Businesswoman of the Year is Denise Goldsworthy.
Before I get into the speech, a quick story about that music, and I thank the production team again. Over in WA with the awards, that music was being played for some of the other categories. And when I was announced as the WA winner, I asked the production team to could they dig it out and make it my theme song. And the reason being that the morning I went in for the original interviews for WA, it'd been a shocking morning. Nothing seemed to go right, and I'm thinking, why am I doing this? Where am I going? All this sort of stuff. And I thought, I need some inspirational music to play really, really loud in the car. And that was the music that I played. So it'll follow me everywhere now. Oh, dear. So, National Award. I can't read anything straight now. Special guests, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, thank you so much to Telstra, who through this process have already opened so many doors for me. Just in the last few weeks, I've had contact from so many people that have been looking for advice, looking for inspiration, have provided opportunities for my company already that I just never expected would come so quickly in a process like this. So I thank Telstra very much. So thank all of the other sponsors. There are so many women that are benefiting from this process, and the process wouldn't exist if it wasn't for all of the sponsors. So thank you very much for being there. Also to the organisers, all of the teams that have been involved with the process, from organising the workshops over the last couple of days to just physically getting us here into Melbourne have been absolutely fantastic. So thank you very much, in particular, all those organising people. And thank you again to friends, family. My mother's here. She's been able to join me from Queensland. So not very often we get a chance to catch up, and to be able to catch up at an event like this is a fantastic thing to be back with Mum. All the best to all of the other national finalists that have been announced today. It's just fantastic being here. But as a national award, to me, this just means something extra than all of the other awards and all of the other speeches that I've been through with this process. And that one extra piece is about extraordinary leadership. Many people in Rio Tinto have regularly heard me talk on the topic of leadership, and many of these talks make reference to Taekwondo. And while Taekwondo is key to my leadership story, any of you who heard the acceptance speech in WA heard me talk about the awesomeness of my daughter Natalie. And this now also gives me the opportunity to talk about my son Aaron. Aaron took up Taekwondo when he was about 7. He just wasn't happy with any other sport he'd tried, team or individual, and he joined a relatively small club that promotes the theory and tenets of Taekwondo, as well as the sporting and self-defence aspects. Now 16, Aaron has learnt a lot. He's represented Western Australia as a junior and was promoted to a second Dan black belt only 2 weeks ago. Like many parents, my first involvement was by helping the club out as an official. A couple of years later, I decided to join the club myself. And practising Taekwondo has provided me not only with plenty of quality time with my son, but also a source of stories on the lessons I continue to learn about leadership. There are 5 tenets in Taekwondo that apply equally to good leaders: courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, and indomitable spirit. But it goes deeper than that. I have to admit I'm not very good at Taekwondo, and many of the skills I find very difficult or even painful. But this provides me with a good grounding and a regular reminder of what it takes to learn. It reminds me of the failures that can happen before you succeed, and of the repetition that is required of even basic skills before you can achieve any form of competence. At work, I'm regularly thinking about personal development plans. With my level of business experience, it would be easy just to tell a team member how to do it, or to get frustrated when they seem to take a long time to learn. Then I remember the hundreds or even thousands of times I've had to repeat basic skills in Taekwondo just to get to an average level of competence. And this helps me find the patience and resilience to continue to support my people as they develop. The other lesson I want to share with you is one about fear. Personal fears can stop people from taking on challenges just because something might go wrong. Self-talk tells us what we might fail, that our boss might yell at us, that we may not get as large a pay rise or that next promotion. However, you can be sure that if you do nothing new, if you don't grow and evolve, then you are really going backwards. And what can go wrong? Most companies have processes such as change management that make sure extremely bad decisions that could result in injuries or bankruptcy can't be made. So use those systems. Compare the decisions about challenging the status quo with your boss with a decision for me to help out during a Taekwondo grading that resulted in me sparring with a bunch of national level black belts. I could get hurt if I don't know what I'm doing. But the reality is, unless I challenge myself to even higher levels, how do I know what I don't know? How do I know what I need to practice and learn so that I can become more effective? So I try new things, and while I may finish up with the occasional bruise, I've become a better practitioner by trying, one that I could never have become just by watching others. So this all goes to the richness of experience. No human goes through life without making a mistake, but those that don't try achieve nothing. So while I'm not advocating that everyone takes up a martial art, I would like to think that two of the lessons I have learnt from participating in Taekwondo, now shared with you, will help each of you achieve mastery in whatever you do. So good luck in your future endeavours, and thank you.